live from the USA, helping you get paid every day. This is the boss of Bitcoin, the Cristo of crypto. It's your boy BK. And if you don't like me, you must not like money. Thank you for joining me, everybody. It is March 15th, 2019. We will be looking at Verge XVG to evaluate the chart, do a little bit of sentiment analysis and see if it's worth your money and if it's going to bring you back more. Put down 2 and pick up 6 like a boss. If this is your first time tuning in, congratulations, baby. You are now rocking with the best. My name is BK, known as the Crypto Trader, and I'm the boss of these charts, as you will soon find out. Every day I grace this microphone with my voice as another day you get the profit as a result. Today is no exception. Big Zach, what's going on? Good to see you, man. So with that being said, let's go ahead and make this money without, getting too far into it. I know it's early in the morning, maybe later in the evening, depending on what side of the world you're tuning in from, but make sure you smash that like button if you haven't done it already. I'm trying to come on the video 7 days a week because the markets don't sleep. And the way we get this knowledge out to the people is through engagement, participation. So make sure you hit the thumbs up button. I do appreciate that. Come into the #1 Bitcoin group in the world, free. The doors are always open. And then BD Kelly 1203 on TradingView. After I do this chart, I'm gonna clean it up and post it to my page, but make sure you follow me on there. You can just click the link in the description right now. And that will take you to TradingView, and you can type my name in, BD Kelly 1203. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Verge XVG, right? When we look at a daily, right? One of the things I always say, in order to know where you're going, you got to know where you've been, right? And the daily shows you that this thing was a game changer. If you owned it at any part of 2017, more than likely you made some money. I know I made some money with Verge. It was hard not to. 9,000% in 280 days. That's just crazy, And even if we do like a Fibonacci just from the ground floor up here, look at that. Lo and behold, we are literally riding that 236, right? And I tell you, the 236 is statistically the best place for you to buy into with the future expectancy of making money. The 236 is kind of like the ground floor for an uptrend, right? I tell you, there's 3 parts to any cycle: breakout, breakdown, flatline. And that's what we're in right now. And this is a daily. But even if we do something like this, let's see, where do we need to go? That looks pretty good. Right here. I went from, I did that quick energy cycle. It don't look like much, but that energy cycle in itself says negative 4,300%. That's not possible. 2,000% in 150 days. That actually gave us all the rest of this energy over here, right? That little green circle gave us all of this energy over here, and we are just now completing this phase. See that? See this line right here? When I put it at that intersection right there, this white box, the 4.2 to 4.6, means we are completing this cycle. What does that mean? That means that we should continue in the trend from which the energy started. And you can see this line is up and to the right. That is an uptrend. Will we go and make 2,000% in 158 days? Most likely not. But we know that this trend right here should be replicated once we finish, right? And again, this is the 236. But let's jump in. That's the macro. I want to jump in right now into the micro. So what I'll do is I'll just use this. This 155 is kind of like our ground floor As we know, that's like our long-term macro. What is it? 236, 786, 786 buy-in. But when we go down here, right? Maybe we can even jump down on a 33. 33 get kind of crazy. But the biggest thing I look for on a 33 is 3 lines in agreement with each other. 1, 2, 3. That shows you that the early money is in agreement. In addition to that, the biggest intersection you want to have is the 77 above the 231, right? And that's also the case as well. If we bump up to a 77, you see that this thing, and this is what I used to do back in the day. Back in the day, I used to do this. It's called the white ball test, right? And I think I made it up live on the air. And I was like, why do they call it the white ball test? Because I just made it up. And that's the color of this ball. Where's the little ball icon? Where's the little ball at? I might have to make one. Oh, well. But if imagine, we got to color it white because it's the white ball test. But imagine if you had a white ball, right? And for a second, let's just turn off the 7 and the 77. And the only thing that exists in the world is this white ball. When you're trying to find a reversal, this white ball will need to stick and sink into the chart. Does that make sense? Like it will need to bottom out, so to speak. And because a lot of times people get tricked out by the candles. Like if you play the candles, you're gonna lose, you know, because the candles will take your money 9 out of 10 times. Prime example right here, right here. Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in. If that white ball was going down that hill, whoop, it would have took out all them candles. And guess what happened? All that money disappeared. Because it's like skee ball. That white ball just keep going, got a little bit more steam. You know, some people bought into them candles. Nope. And now we are flying down that hill. See that? See what I'm saying? Flying, flying, flying. Bam, crash. That white ball still has not stopped. But once it gets up here, right? Once it gets up here, now it's running out of energy. Now you can imagine it coming back down, sinking, right? This line, even though all that money disappeared, that was the original breakout point. We have confirmation at this point with the white ball test. And now is when you want to look at getting in. The risk is gone. The long money has come back into it. Verge is a buy at this point, right? And this is at 185. Which is a few ticks over our long-term support at 155, right? And this is when you want to look at buying it. If we turn the 7 back on real quick, just to get some correlation and confirmation, turn the candles off. This is what we're looking at. Down here, essentially what we had, what we're dealing with right now that we're up top, up here, this is a lot of resistance right in there. Where that big fall off came, you know, a lot of people lost a lot of money right there, right? So that's gonna be a difficult position for Verge to break through, but that's why we buy into it. Because what do we have? We have a floor right there, right? So essentially you're playing with the house's money at this point. And the house is agreeing with you. The house is saying buy it. And they're saying we'll buy you out if it comes back down there. Because even if it falls, I tell you, the ceilings become the floors. So this is where you will catch, right? And this is right here, right around 177, you buy at 185, double down at 177. If it falls, once it breaks through this one, once it breaks through 192, then you ride that thing all the way up to 215 like a boss. And that's all we're doing. We're just playing the different levels in this thing. And you can see that 215 actually becomes another barrier, you know, going back here, and we're literally stepping up the chart, right? This is how you use the market in your advantage to make you real deal money. You know, somebody might say, why would we buy it at 177 and sell it at 215? Why don't we just take it all the way up? Because you just made 20% profit and took none of the risk. And you took none of the time to get there. You see what I'm saying? If you wait, you can wait. How long you gonna be waiting? You could be waiting another 4 months. You know, it might hit 215 for 2 days, drop back down to 192 and be there for the next 3 months. You know, just like it was right here. $43 days, 38 days, 1 month. Still, that's a long time not to make no money. You know what I'm saying? Bills got to get paid, rent due on the 1st. You wait 38 days to make money, you're going to be sleeping up under a bridge. Don't do it. You know what I'm saying? So Verge is a definite buy at this point. We do have some psychological barriers. The market has to break through 192, being the big one right now. But I say buy it at 185, knowing that you have a floor at 177 and that the new ceiling is 214 for everybody. Listening to these words right now, that is how you chart like a boss. So I appreciate you joining me this morning. We got 8 whole people. You know what I'm saying? 8 people. What up? You know what I'm saying? We take quality over quantity, baby. You know, check out the resources we got for you. Bossofbitcoin.com. If you don't know, now you know. BK Crypto Trader on the ones and twos, making it do what it do. You know, and we gonna have some fun with it, man. You know, I'm excited. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for joining me. If you want to hear more of this amazing, glorious voice, just hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe right now. Turn your notifications on. Do all that good stuff. You know, make sure you check out the #1 crypto trading playlist in the world, Boss. Chart like a boss. How to chart like a boss. And that will get you set up making money. You know, a lot of what I do is free for the people. I believe knowledge is power, and power can never be purchased. And that is why I really depend on you guys, you know, to support the efforts through the website and the different products we have. But I understand, you know what I'm saying? Times is hard. Bills got to get paid, and rent still due on the 1st. So that being said, everybody, it's that time of the day signing out. Folks, boy BK, no matter where you stay, Brazil to Bay, California, all the way back out through Germany. Good night, good morning, and good day. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your time. Hit that thumbs up button if you appreciate mine. Till we meet again, stay cryptic, y'all. Peace.